Is it just me, or do the people who go on self-improvement not really become the better version of themselves, but more or less a copy of another man's values and beliefs? Don't worry, brother, as this is quite common nowadays, as the previous figureheads of self-improvement made their followers chase a certain ideal of what a perfect man should be, instead of what the best version would be for each person. Therefore, in this video, I'll be talking about how self-improvement reputation has been tarnished over these few years, how my life was before and after discovering self-improvement, and the hidden problems that nobody talks about in self-improvement. So, let's talk about how self-improvement's reputation has been tarnished over the past few years. When I discovered self-improvement in its peak during lockdown of 2020, I stumbled across a YouTuber named Hamza, who was known as the pioneer of self-improvement. He was one of the many reasons why people discovered self-improvement and managed to inspire others to take action towards their goals and better themselves. He made us more aware of the problems that modern society deemed as normal, like content addiction, porn addiction, social media addiction. In my opinion, this was self-improvement at its best. The community and the people who led this movement inspired creativity, positivity and greatness in themselves and into the masses and made people feel hopeful again. Especially during the depressing rot we all experienced in the 2020 lockdown. After watching Hamza's content, he helped me change my life around, and I became a loyal viewer to him. His words felt like the gospel, as if he was a father figure that any young guy could look up to as an ideal role model. However, as I continued to watch self-improvement content over the next 3 years, I noticed that my recommendations in YouTube started to change for the worse, and certain people started to hijack the self-improvement space and replace the good, honest figureheads with corrupt ones. To name some examples, Fresh and Fit and the Whatever podcast. These were the type of people who hired out podcast studios, filled the seats with women who acted like bimbos, and repeated the same formula in every video.
So much because not everyone thinks like that. We need to bring shaming back. Okay, we need to bring shaming back in so many other regards besides obesity. We need to do it with sluts. We need to do shame fat people. We need to shame everybody.
And then what followed was just shouting and belittling of each other for the next hour or two. And by the end, neither side listened to each other, as they were simply trying to impose their ideals onto everyone else. It genuinely felt like it was a hydrogen bomb versus coffin baby kind of situation, as it was clear which side would dominate the debate. These were the people my younger self looked up to in 2022, because I didn't know any better. I blindly followed them just because they were in a higher position than me, supposedly living a life of wealth, fame and endless roster of women at the end of their fingertips. Now looking back on it, how did I even end up looking up to these people in the first place? People like this were the type of men I would look up to, because before discovering self-improvement, my life was honestly a little bit shit. Long story short, I grew up as a fact in secondary school, who got relentlessly bullied, underperformed the school exams and copied my friends' notes and homework. Basically, I had nothing going for myself. So when this type of content popped up on my YouTube recommendation, it made me want to change my life. These YouTubers called me out on being a loser and made me believe that their way was the only way to become a high value man. And if you didn't follow how they acted down to the T, then you wouldn't make out the Matrix. I became a clone of them, replacing my own identity. I became that cringy kid who acted like he was the most alpha sigma in school, as I was parroting their exact talking points to everyone around me. At such a young age, I stripped away all the goals I was once passionate about, and replace them with the red pill goals of only chasing money, girls and status. Now you may think that this would have made me somewhat successful, right? Nope. Quite the opposite actually. This mindset actually ruined my relationships with my loved ones, ruined the relationship with the girl I liked and who liked me back. But worst of all, it ruined my mental health. It felt like I had two different personalities inside my head, constantly battling each other, one trying to follow self-improvement perfectly, and the other trying to cling on to my old self. It only took me the past 2 years to finally find more of my authentic self. And guess what? I'm actually enjoying life more than I ever did following someone else's ideals. Because at the end of the day, self-improvement is meant to be about becoming the best version of yourself, not copying another man's values, beliefs, and dreams. So, now that you heard of my story, let me outline the hidden problems that may even be affecting you without you fully realizing. Hidden problem number 1, comparison addiction. Since most people in self-improvement communities have the exact same goals and ideals and beliefs, they develop a hidden insecurity of always comparing themselves to others. For example, whenever I made money on my side hustles, my happiness returned quickly into sadness as I scrolled down on YouTube just to see a 13-year-old kid making 1K per week from his business. This would ruin any achievement I earned because I wasn't matching unrealistic expectations set by people who I look up to. If only we followed what our true selves wanted, we would never have this insecurity in ourselves. Hidden problem 2. Feeling worse after relapsing. Most people in self-improvement have pre-existing addiction, whether it's content addiction, porn, alcohol, but these self-improvement YouTubers never acknowledge the pain that you're actually going through, and instead they make you feel like shit whenever you relapse. This puts you in a negative feedback loop where you relapse, feel guilty, numb the pain with the addiction again, and repeats. This cycle goes deeper and deeper, and I got to the point where in my life I could not enjoy anything. And those game-ending thoughts took over my mind more frequently. The only way I broke out of this was not by adding some app blockers or some coaching for this. It was simply by removing the negative emotion tied to my addiction. Whenever I relapse, I reminded myself, yeah, I relapsed, but I'm slowly getting better at reducing the amount I watch it. Turning a positive spin on a situation can give you so much hope, which will allow you to break that cycle for once. Hidden problem number 3. Losing your true self. The more you idolize these men, the more you replace your own identity with theirs. This will set you back in life, because you're not becoming who you're meant to be. You're becoming a watered down clone of someone else. The truth is, no matter how much you improve in life, life will always feel fake because you're living in someone else's dream. The way to avoid this is simple. Whenever you're making a decision, don't ask if it's a good choice based on these YouTubers' beliefs and values. Ask if it's a good choice based on what you want and what you actually want from life. This new thought pattern will allow you to live freely with fewer regrets, knowing every decision came from your own free will. So, to wrap up the video, do you agree or disagree with my points? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you experience this kind of feeling or something similar to what I've explained in the video. If you have a problem related to this video, comment it down below and me and the others will try and help you out and assist you in that point. Comment this random word below to let me know you made it this far in the video and that you're a real one. So take care and bye.